everybody's got their own opinion. Personally, Ron, you just look at the stats. They shot 50% from the field. It kind of speaks for itself. I do think they probably got bailed out in a couple calls, but Case has just got to have a little bit more shot making.
Well, they also went on to say you can't blame them. We've got to play basketball.
And just as we mentioned before, going right into Holmes in the first touch, a nice hook shot. If he's hitting Ron as well as Nicasio in this half, it's going to be tough for them to guard.
That is the largest lead of the afternoon for Carnegie Mellon. They're up 12 to start this second half. Corniker opposite a screen. Griffin with the ball fake.
Very nice patience right there by Corniker. There's some help side that came over, just waiting for him to slowly walk away and put it up for two.
Holmes with Frilling on him. RJ backing him down. Going to go off the glass. He'll shoot free throws. Jack, you were right on the money when you said look for RJ Holmes to get more touches. First 2 times down the floor, he has gotten the basketball and shot it.
You can tell right here, this is why he's got close to 16 a game. He's tough to guard. And we can see right here, especially being at, at a lower level, he elevates super high on his baskets. Super tough to guard, but I will say, Ron, Frilling seems, to be honest, probably the best matchup that we have for him with the length and the size that he can compare.
Holmes from Adelaide Stevenson High School, Buffalo Grove, Illinois. Makes them both. He's got 10 points. Averages 16 on the season. Leads the team in almost every offensive category. Mitch fighting through a double screen out top. Prendergast got bumped along the baseline. That foul's going to go against Sean Oberman. That's Sean's first.
Ron, Mitch is he's so strong and built, and you can see right here, he gets even. And essentially when he gets even with almost any guy, it's essentially over. You can't get back in front of him.
Frilling, they need him to get hot. And that's a good sign.
Case needed that one, Ron, didn't they?
Now it starts with defense, though. Every time that the Spartans get a little bit of flow going offensively, they just still cannot stop the Tartans, and that reverse layup has killed them. That's the first reverse layup along the baseline that they've missed. Frilling again.
Another one. Oh, that's 6 easy points. As you mentioned at half, Cole was 1 for 5 coming into it. I thought he was a big candidate, obviously being one of the leading scorers, to pick it up, and he did. 2 immediate threes.
Need the defense to answer once again. Barry getting a couple of ball fakes, trying to create a look. Plenty of time on the clock. Griffin getting back down. Prendergast with D. Good D. A little scoop shot. Holmes will grab the rebound. Second chance opportunity. Did not hit the rim, so they got to get it off. They do. Off the glass, did not go. Now, that was an exhausting offensive possession for Carnegie Mellon and inspiring for the young men in white.
I wouldn't be surprised right now if they try and get some action going, maybe for Prendergast, and get him a touch or possibly Frilling. There it is.
Frilling back to Mitch. He'll shoot the 3. Missed it long.
Ron, I think that's a shot that Case lives with. They're going to try and get him to stay hot. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they let him and Frilling try and lead them to the victory.
Cole on defense against Holmes. That's just, wow, he missed the bunny. RJ wants that one back.
Yeah.
I was about to say that's just too easy. This is Bob Fowler.
Ron, it definitely was. I don't think, there you go. Big shot right there by Corniker. I don't think Case is happy with that defense, but they're definitely happy with that shot on that end.
Here we go. Crowd's getting into it a little bit more. Football teams chanting defense. Hines answers the call. Frilling against Holmes on the break. Cole off the glass, rolls in!
1-point game. This is what the Spartan team can do. They were down 12, that's an 11-0 run. Case is right back in the game.
Tony Wingen wants a timeout. He's the head man for Carnegie Mellon. Football team's on their feet. So are some of the parents here for senior day. We're going to take the timeout. Spartans are down a point, 16:30 left.
Intercontinental Suites has been transformed into much more than a hotel. It is a center of wellness and tranquility, featuring renovated suites, an expanded fitness center, and pure rooms for guests requiring the most allergen-resistant rooms on the market. C2, our Mediterranean-style restaurant and bar, accentuates the ambiance of relaxation and rejuvenation. Chef Omar Jones has designed a menu full of fresh, locally grown herbs and vegetables, along with a flavorful cuisine inspired by the beneficial Mediterranean diet. Call the Intercontinental today at 216-707-4300 or visit us at hotelsclevelandclinic.com or on Facebook.
Jack Spartans are on a run that they needed to have, and it has been led largely on the outside. Cole Frilling hit 2 threes. Corniker hit that one. Now they'll continue to look for defense. Ron Jantz, Jack Vaselaney along with you. 16:30 left in this matchup.
Ron, to go back to this one more time. Frilling comes into the half 1 for 5. 3 shots. Another person, Corniger, 0 for 5 comes into the half. Boom, 5 quick points right there. The people that they need to step up right now are stepping up.
Holmes against Frilling on that block. Hines will help on defense. Holmes, shot block. Right in front of the football team. They're on their feet. Corniker lost it. Hit him on the shoulder. They'll look for defense again.
They got a matchup problem. Oh, and he takes a 3, and he hits it. They had a matchup problem on under with RJ Holmes on Corniker, but ended up just taking the 3. Sends the lead back to 4. They gonna call
Frilling, that one's going to be well short. Cole frustrated. He's going to pick up his 3rd foul.
You could hear Carnegie's been super upset with that.
Newton's going to come out. Frilling's going to go to the bench with 3 fouls.
Well, I believe he's only got, does he have 3? I think he might only have 2, because I called that last one on Hines. That's what the Spartans were upset about.
Oh, really? Then wipe it out. Steal. This is Prendergast with speed. Head down, shoulder down, off the glass, missed it. Holmes comes down with a rebound.
They got a lot of numbers right now. Wouldn't be surprised if he just takes it all the way. Yeah.
Well, here you go. They were down a point at 49-48, and it's been a 5-0 run by the Tartans. Mitch to shoot it. His team needs it. He makes it.
Not a man you want to leave open. You know, that's a hard play right there by Carnegie. In that situation, you probably want to maybe play the passing lane and prevent it to go into Mitch, but Case will be happy with that. Wide open 3.
Prendergast with 15. Off the glass. Hines with strength. Goes up and pulls down that rebound.
You know, he's played a big part this half so far, just doing the little things.
Newton with position.
Nice play by Newton. Big man was a little bit too much right there. Cuts it down to 1.
Holmes with the ball. Inside against Hines. Bryan grabs the rebound. Sachs missed the bunny.
You know, Holmes has really stepped it up here in the second half, but... Oh, and the block right there.
Ryan Newton with great body control and a smart play.
Body control, patience. And Ron, Case has their first lead in I can't tell you how long.
First lead since it was 6-5. First lead since it was 6-5.
And Ron, this is exactly the type of game it was at Carnegie Mellon as well. It's a grinded out game. I don't expect this game to get that far out of hand in either direction. It's probably going to be close throughout the end.
Newton and Holmes, Ryan.
And
nice!
One.
On senior day, when his team needs him, Ryan Newton is answering the call.
Now, Ron, you can see the replay right here. That's just size. Ryan knows how to use it. Patience and length as well. Lays it up for 2 and the foul.
Carnegie Mellon with substitutes. Coach McGinnis is going to ride his starters. You know, you look at the last 2 games, there have really been only 2 players who've played off the bench significant minutes. And that was Jantz and Newton.
Yeah, and essentially Ryan. Essentially just those 2.
Newton played 27 and 22 minutes. Jantz played 21 and 17. Everybody else was like a minute or 2.
Great
Cutter
cut right there.
laid it up, laid it in. Cassian.
And he gets started rolling again here in the second half. I believe that's his first bucket. See if he tries to look for it a little bit more. Oh, good hands.
.13 minutes left. Newton again. Ball stolen. Got his pocket picked. Frilling will get it back.
Zero grabbed it. Zero grab trick to give him a fucking foul.
Ryan lost it. Tartan's on the break. The crab dribble. Well, he was walking all over the place.
Missed it anyways.
Goodness gracious. Prendergast. Fowler, senior day shooter.
Shot.
Bring it home, Bob Fowler. First bucket of the afternoon.
And another man who needed to step up hits a big 3, puts him up 5.
Crowd getting into it. Newton on defense, picked it. Prendergast fouled it in his chest. He's gonna get fouled at half court. Nobody's happy with the officials right now.
Really doesn't seem like it at all.
Todd's not, Tony's not. Oh, the life of
You can see
an
Bob right
official.
there.
Wingen's gonna walk out on the floor. Somebody should tee him up. He's out near half court. Wingen in his 32nd year. You know, they'll give him a lot of respect and a lot of, leeway because he's the most seasoned, tenured coach in the University Athletic Association, but I think he's even starting to push that right now.
For those at home, what he's complaining about on 2 plays ago, and you can see he's going back to his bench right now. 2 plays ago, what he's complaining about, there was they stole the ball, they were running out the break. Case probably got away with one on a foul, and then Frilling ended up stealing the ball. He thought that should have been a clear path foul. And then obviously 2 plays later, they get a foul against Prendergast, or 4, I guess you could say 4 Prendergast, and they're looking for it for a clear path. So he thinks it's not called fair. I think the ball might have already been gone. I don't know if he necessarily has a case, but
well, here's the thing I think.
Yeah.
I think both coaches work officials to try to get an edge. Tony, 32nd year, saw this game starting to turn, starting to get away from him a little bit. Crowd's into it, Spartans are into it, foul's not going his way. He's going to throw a little fit to not only inspire his team, but also to let these officials know that, hey, listen, I'm going to yell at you the rest of this game. I'm right here, I'm not going away, and maybe put a little pressure on them. It's gamesmanship that every coach across America, whether you're coaching a 7th grade junior high team or an NBA team, does.
You got 12 more minutes left in this game. It's a long time, especially you got one of the coaches really mad at you. It's a long time to be staring him down.
Prendergast gonna kick it. Corniker with a 3. Missed it long. Fowler with the rebound. Bob went up, gets it into Newton. Shot blocked. Ryan gets it back. He made it. They're gonna say a jump ball.
And it stays with the Spartans. Very good hands right there.
Possession arrow, Spartans. Jack, you got to calm me down. I'm getting a little wound up.
Big game right here. I like this right here from Newton. I like it. They do have help right there.
Casey picked his pocket. Ryan was setting up a soft hook. Corniker on defense.
They're going to call a block, yeah. Griffin moved with him reasonably well, but they're going to... He initiated all that contact right there with his chest, so they're probably going to get him with that.
It's Corniker's first. A lot of banging going on in there, off ball.
They're going to call another one, and that's the fourth, I believe, on the Spartans right now. Not too much of a worry yet, but something maybe to look at, Ron, as we move on. You know, we've called a couple games for the Spartans where they've gotten in foul trouble pretty early. They've had to deal with that moving on.
So the attention of the officials has clearly been gotten, I think. Tony Wingan has done his job.
And Ron, for both sides, Carnegie's attention and
yep, that's just a flat out of control dribble. Corniker with it, kicks it Prendergast, the two grad students out top. Fowler, the senior, looking inside to Hines, the other grad student. One junior on the floor, one senior, and three grads. That's Hines still looking for it.
Gonna go the
Say
other
it went
way.
off Bryan. This game has gone to a standstill at 61-56.
Ron, a lot of contact in the post. It's evident that they're going to let him play a little bit, as you can see right here. And the thing to look for, his arms, he's putting two hands on him. You know, he's reaching over a little bit. I probably would have called the foul. It's not a super hard foul, but it's the kind of contact that they're probably going to let go for the rest of the game.
Tripp with the basketball. Charlie Tripp playing off the bench in front of his teammates. Here's the hot hand, kicks Nicassian. Shot up, missed. Long rebound, whistle under the basket. It's going to go against the Tartans. It's Jack Stone. Hunter Drenth checking off the bench. Boy, he had good minutes in that opening half. It's going to spell Frilling. Cole's out with 12 points. Hunter Drenth in with 7. Those all came in the opening half. Now they're going to take out Prendergast, so Mitch is going to get a rest. The last two games last weekend, Mitch played 35 of the 40 minutes. Him and Corniker. Both almost went to complete game. Drenth against Holmes. Frilling looking for a teammate. This is Bob Fowler into Hines. Bob with position. Drenth will shoot the three. It went out. Frilling with the tip. How about that?
Big tip back there by Frilling. Extends it to 7. That's just high energy right there. Cole wants it.
Approaching the 10-minute mark. Open look at the three. It's missed long. Holmes up with it. Ball tipped by Drenth. Hines comes down with it. Here comes Corniker. Griffin to the left. Frilling for 3. Got it.
Big shot.
Suddenly, Jack Vaselaney, it's a 10-point Spartan lead. Is it a block or a charge? Corniker looking at those football guys saying, that's how you play middle linebacker. Look at the charge Corniker takes. I don't know if they'll see it in the replay. I think if you put shoulder pads, you may not even need to put a helmet and shoulder pads on Griffin. He can play for Coach
Look at it right here, right
now.
here.
Boom! You got to be ready to take a shot, Jack,
Yeah.
right? He's looking right at the football team, too. We're going to take a timeout. I got to catch my breath.
Yeah.
Have you heard the news? The Intercontinental Cleveland has earned its 10th consecutive 4 Diamond Award from AAA in recognition of its high-quality accommodations and exceptional service standards. Planning an important event like a corporate meeting, annual conference, fundraising gala, holiday party, or highly personalized wedding? Choose excellence in the Intercontinental Cleveland. Our planning professionals will take time to consider every detail and lead you through an experience which is proudly world-class. Call us today at 216-707-4100 for more details or to request a tour of our spectacular accommodations.
Want to point out our production crew, as always, doing a great job on our basketball broadcasts. Bryant Trail on the camera. Jeanette Coker also running camera for us, getting us great shots. Paul in replay and Mike, our director. Frilling off a screen. 3 in the air. Well, Cole's feeling it. Cole had 3 points at halftime. He's got 20 right now.
You can't say enough about it right now.
Holmes, boy, he is just smooth with that finger roll.
Right to the basket. I'm surprised that they stopped going back to him. I think that's what they're probably going to do down the stretch now. He's going to be a tough guard.
Bob Fowler way out near half court. Screen from Drenth. No foul called. Bob will stop, shoot, and make it.
Carnegie's pleading for a foul call, but I don't think they're going to get it. They're letting him play a lot of cases. is coming out right now hot.
Holmes against Hunter. Corniker with help. 3 high in the sky. Missed long. How about Hines? Brian Hines pulling down his 83rd defensive rebound. Frilling on the baseline, drew a foul. Foul's going to go against Sean Oberman.
They hit another 3. It didn't count, but they hit another 3 as well.
2 Tartans will come back in the game. Aiden Boer is back in along with Nick Nicassian. Josh Berry's going to take a seat. Corniker will inbound it. This is Hines along the baseline, catching a handoff. Corniker splits the D. Hines gets the layup. Missed it. Ball's loose. Griff gets it back. Boy, both teams have missed bunnies in this one. Shot clock's at 8.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised right there if Bob gets another one. Oh, there's Cole.
Shot clock's at 2. Bob's not going to get it off. Tried to do the catch and shoot and just tried to do it too fast and couldn't handle the basketball.
Just missed it. They were a little slow. However, you know, they're playing. Ron, I know the offense has been, I would say, the more in-your-face highlight, but their defense right now in the second half has been great. They've been playing very well, and to be honest, it's part of the reason why this run is so evident is because Carnegie can't score, and as you see again, another steal by the Spartans.
Great defense by Frilling. Hines came over to help, stole the basketball, just as you were talking about it.
You know, Ron, the Spartans right now have, if I can do my math correctly, they have 37 points in the second half to the Tartan, what is that, 13.
Gotta be careful.
13.
Careful with this lead. Holmes.
Very nice
I love
move.
watching that young man play basketball. He's got 16.
Very
Just
nice
season
around the
average.
basket. Oh,
Griffin trying to protect that basketball. Frilling,
one.
catch and shoot. Boom. Boy, Jacqueline, speaking of loving and watching a young man play basketball, I absolutely love watching Cole Frilling shoot the basketball.
Ronnie came out 1 for 5. He's hit 5 threes right now. That's his 23rd point, if I'm correct, Ron.
Yes, it is.
23 points. He came into the half with 4. 19 big points in the second half. Fowler with big threes. Ryan Newton with big shots. I mean, it's senior night, but the seniors are leading them right now to this, as this being, you know, Ron, the best chance they've ever had at making the tournament.
So let's take a look at this. It was 54-53 with 14:39 left in the half. Carnegie Mellon had the lead. Since that time, that Spartan defense that you've talked about, Jack, has given up only 3 baskets. Carnegie Mellon scored only 6 points. In the meantime, Case has gone on a 22-6 run.
And that's a combination, Ron, of good shot making, but Ron, they've been getting wide open shots. They're moving the ball so well. They're playing with pace. They're playing good defense. In defense, you know, this is what, you know, defensive coaches will harp on. Defense leads to offense, right? And to be honest, it's almost like a 3-way situation here with Case, where their offense leads to this excitement on defense that leads to even more excitement on offense. They're playing with so much confidence. I mean, Ron, have they even missed a 3? I mean, even the shot after they got fouled went in.
Right.
So it's incredible to watch, and this is a team, Ron, you know, if they're lucky enough to make the tournament, I think teams are on notice right now to see, you know, this kind of run. It's impressive, and it's scary for other teams to watch.
Jack, you're an athlete, former player in this basketball program. How much does adrenaline play into it at this point right now with
Great hands
another
right there.
steal? I mean, the Spartan adrenaline's got to be just through the roof. Newton for 3.
Oh, I thought it was in. I mean, with the way it's been going, you had to think
So
it was
did
going in.
Ryan.
Yeah. You know, Ron, it has to be a little bit. I mean, look at all the fans right now that came out to support. You got a lot of great support from, as you see a bucket right there, a lot of people in the Case community. Case is ready for, they're going to be a team that finally makes the tournament. They're ready for it. Oh, nice move right there by Florian. And the adrenaline's pumping in the building. You know, It kind of reminds you of those games you played when you're younger and everything's. Oh, nice move by Brian Hines.
Brian Hines, how in the world did he get that shot off?
It makes you just play a little bit sharper, Ron, and you can see it. Case is just playing so crisp right now. Good hands.
Frilling almost with a steal. You mentioned, that's Flory with a foul out top. You mentioned Case community. Lots of folks in the stands here. 3 guys from that 1984-1985 Coach Bill Sudik team that went 17-9 are here in attendance today.
That's right.
Hoping to see this Spartan team win their 18th game and become the all-time winningest team in school history. Dave Owens, who came over to talk to you and I at the scores table, Risto Pribic, and then Todd Johnson, who was the leading scorer on that team and is in the Case Western Reserve University Hall of Fame. All 3 of those guys are sitting on the other side in the stands rooting for Brian Hines and the Spartans of 2021-22 to break their long record of 17 wins in a single season.
And Ron, don't forget, they also missed a game. They're only playing 24 games this year. I don't believe they're going to be able to get the 25th in. They're doing this with one less game as well. In all seriousness, I do believe, that other game being Brandeis, I think they probably could have won that. Could have been 19 as well. So, it's probably already going to go down as maybe one of the most successful years in Case history, and could have even been more without a couple little hiccups. So
well, there's so many things about it. I mean, you look at the things that we talked about, the win totals, and of course you can see the scoreboard's out of whack right now, so that's what's going on. They're trying to fix that. We talked about the win totals, the 8 in conference play if they win, the 18 overall if they win. But if you look at the season that Prendergast has had, 93% from the foul line, 4th in the country. He is 4th in the country in free throw shooting. Korniker set a school record all-time for assists in a single season. He needed 1 to break the record. He started the game with 2 on 3-point shots by his teammates. Then you look at Brian Hines. He's going to go into the Case all-time record books. He came into this game 70% from the field. Yeah, nobody else even sniffs that.
We saw it seems like one of the rare misses he ever has right there a couple seconds ago, followed by a great layup. Seniors as well, as you talked about, grad students, as you saw just right there, Ryan Newton. Bob Fowler, you see sitting on the bench right there. Ryan's having a really nice game right now. If we could pull up what we have on Ryan. He's got 16 and a few boards, shooting the ball pretty well. Ryan, honestly, as you just mentioned with Hines, Ryan unfortunately has to play kind of behind Brian, and this is the kind of thing that Ryan could do if he had, a situation where he could play all these minutes, but with just the way that Brian's been playing, it's been holding him back a little bit in terms of numbers-wise, but you can see, as I mentioned before, there are big moments where Ryan comes in handy, and he's played very well. As you can see, a replay right here from Bob. Ooh, tough move right there. Actually, it looked a little bit similar to what just happened before, but...
Well, it's been a very physical game on both sides from the rip, from the opening tip. And that's led to a lot of the I don't know what you want to call it, the serious discussions between both head coaches and the game officials. Yeah. What is a Carnegie Mellon? Brian Hines, what was the end of that answer? I didn't see that.
I said something, I don't know if you can see back there. Actually,
Brian Hines, more like Brian Fines.
See another replay here. It's probably to Frilling, right? Yeah. I mean, Ron, that was pretty easy to guess. It seems like Cole's hit every shot in the second half.
39 threes in the season.
Ironed it back out, 6 minutes, 15 points down. Ron, we're approaching where I don't know if Carnegie can come back. We'll see if they do it.
Holmes against Newton. RJ just makes it look easy. He's got 18, mechanical engineering major, the sophomore.
It's pretty smooth 18 too, if I may say myself. Very nice ability to go to the basket. And elevates very well.
Newton out top with Mitch. Gets the screen. Prendergast against Holmes. Going to drop his shoulder. That left-handed scoop. And makes it.
And Holmes has got length as well. And he was able to get it over, or I should say, beyond the outstretched arm with that quick left-handed scoop.
Catch, dribble, shoot. Ryan Newton high with a rebound. Spartan women coming onto the floor, walking behind us here at the scorers table. Tartan women behind them. That game's next. We're 5 minutes and 12 seconds away from history here at Horsburgh Gymnasium.
Ron, if I'm Case right now, I'm milking every second off the shot clock. Had a great pass right there.
A lot of guys on the floor.
Should stay with the Tartans. You know,
And
Ron,
the possession arrow will stay with the Tartans.
if I'm Case, I'm milking every second I can off the clock. I'm going to get the best shot I possibly can. And, you know, I like the idea they have right there with Newton. They had a little bit of a mismatch. Just not a great entry pass. But if I'm Carnegie, I need to be pushing the pace. Obviously, you still want to get good shots, Ron, but 5 minutes left. You simply just don't have that much time, especially if Case is going to continue to score. If you're Carnegie, you have to lock down on defense, and you gotta put the ball in the basket. Figure out a way.
What is the shooting percentage of the Tartans in the second half, Jack?
Great question. They enter the half 17 to 34. Right now they're 25 of 55.
So they've made just 8 shots.
They made just 8 out of their last 21.
And they missed that one. Bob Feller kept it alive.
I mean, under 40% when they were going in and around, or at 50. It was evident. And if you look at the Spartans, let's see if we can do this. 29 of 63 when they entered.
That's an early roll.
A good move by Frilling right there.
Newton on the baseline. Spin on the block. Ryan, drop step. Shot clock's at 3. Bob's going to spin. Fadeaway shot. 14-footer, front of the rim. Rolled! Dropped!
And that makes the Spartans 18 of 29 this half.
Is that back cut? That is money. That is a money play. Looks like the Princeton offense when they run that back cut on the baseline.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a modern, or I would say a modified Princeton. They do keep players lower. The typical Princeton offense keeps, and just as we were talking about before, Griffin's going to milk every second off this. A typical Princeton offense. Oh, nice take.
R.J. Holmes was waiting for that. He saw a gift block. Great defense. Very physical. I am not sure what happened.
Neither am I. You can see this block right there. It was up high.
I think there's been a technical assessed. So Frilling got a foul called on him, and then Cole got a technical called on him. So at the foul line will be Jack Stone.
That's 5 fouls.
So that's Frilling's 4th foul. And then the technical. He's got 5.
Ron, I believe that might exit him out of the game.
Yeah, he's done. And with 3 minutes and 25 seconds left, I don't care what the deficit or what the lead is, the difference.
They're trying to get control of the situation. As you mentioned before,
this has been an intense game from the tip, rightfully so.
Yeah.
A lot on the line. Both teams competitors, obviously, both coaches competitors. Carnegie Mellon doesn't want to just hand the 18th victory record setting to the Spartans. They want to make them earn it, and they'd like nothing more than to knock them off and not let them get that. And then on the flip side, if you're the Spartans, you're playing for everything you practice for, playing for everything you do all season long, all off season. Refined to one game, one 40-minute game.
This is like, you could say picture day a little bit for Case. They're trying to put their best foot forward. They're probably going to still need, Ron, maybe a little bit of help from the selection committee to get in, but they're trying to put their best foot forward today. Carnegie's trying to prevent that from happening. You know, we can see the replay right here. I'm not really sure what happened.
So it's a 13-point Spartan lead with 3:23 left. Little floater in the lane won't go. And getting it back and making it is Nick Nicassian. And Tony Wingen wants a timeout.
You know, they cut it to 11 here, Ron. However, they only got 3 minutes left. Just as we were saying before, they're going to need to be really aggressive. Case is going to keep milking the clock, and if you think about it, that's roughly 30 seconds off each time they're going to grab the ball. So the Spartans don't have that many more chances, Ron, and unless they're going to, you can see some of the fans, they're dancing at the Case success today, but the Spartans don't have too many more chances, Ron. They're going to have to be very efficient on offense, as well as they have to stop the Spartans if they want to stay in it.
And the Spartans have got to play smart. And what I mean by that is sometimes when you're trying to milk the clock, so to speak, focus is lost, you lose the basketball, and suddenly a 17-point lead is dropped to an 11-point lead in the matter of a minute and a half.
Yeah, and the biggest thing that I hope Case doesn't fall into right now is, as you can see, a nice roll in there by Fowler, is they're milking the clock, which I agree with, and I think they should do it. As you can see, they're actually going to choose to foul Griffin here. You don't want to fall into a trap where you're getting poor shots because you're trying to milk the clock. I think that's a lot of the time what
Right.
happens to teams is they get up, they try and milk it. You know, it happens in football a lot. You know, you see teams that just decide to run the ball, 3 times, hand the ball right back over to the other team, and that's what I hope Case tries to avoid. You see Carnegie right now trying to go with the foul. Oh, missed that one.
Three minutes left, 3 in the air. Missed it badly.
They missed it. Ron, I think they
Fowler
might
on
have
the
missed the
break.
call there. I think he got him on the arm, but Case is going to take it.
3 up. Long
Missed it
miss.
anyways.
They're going to have somebody else bring the ball up.
Yeah.
Meaning not Griffin. I mean, Griffin's their point guard, leads the UAA in assists, but he only shoots 51% from the foul line.
Griffin does a lot well on the floor. I think sometimes he gets into his own head at the free throw line, but, an easy fix right there. Just hand it to, the fourth
Just give
best
it to
shooter
somebody
in the
else.
nation.
Yeah. Corniker's sitting over here in the corner.
Great pass.
Hines got the shot blocked. On the break, Fowler with defense. Blocked the shot!
Blocked it, but it's going to stay. Great defense right there. And Ron, you can see, held his hand straight up. That length right there was, actually, I think we're going to see Mitch's pass right here. Great pocket pass to Bryant, even though he wasn't able to finish it.
Ooh,
Other way.
screen off the ball. Prendergast almost got knocked down. Nick Nicassian set the screen. Mitch walked over and helped Nick back up. That's just good, hard play by, I will say this, both of these teams, athletes on the floor, have really respected each other the entire game through this very physical, close played basketball game.
Oh, they didn't call it right there. Yeah, Ron, you have to admit it. I don't actually believe the game has gotten really chippy.
Not at all.
At all.
Yeah.
And they've both been playing hard, but it's been pretty clean.
Holmes.
Good take. I think that gives him 20, Ron.
Yep.
And again, actually, what is he shooting today? That's 9 for 12 shooting. And I understand a lot of them are at the basket, but just he's a hyper-efficient player. Ron, he's only a sophomore. As you mentioned before, a lot of these people get a year back. So in theory, from a year standpoint, he's only a freshman. He gets to the rim so easily. I mean, imagine a coach trying to deal with him in 3 more years.
Well, Coach McGinnis called him one of the top 5 players in the conference this year. He said that to me earlier this week. He says, of course, they've got R.J. Holmes. He's one of our conference's top 5 players.
He really has been. And watching him, I wasn't able to watch him, obviously with the game away at Case, watching him up close. Very smooth around the basket. One thing that, Ron, we actually haven't been able to see is how he can shoot the ball. He hit his free throws, which is a good sign, but for as we can tell, years to come, he's super long. The defense as well. He's been able to block shots and help people over. It's impressive. He's got the body type of someone who might be able to play, above the Division III level, but Carnegie was able to snag him.
Both teams out of the timeout. We're 5 seconds inside, 2 minutes left to play in this basketball game. Spartans with an 11-point lead. They were down 10, a whole lot in the opening half. Holmes just stole it and scored it.
What does that cut it to?
It's a 9-point
Cuts it to
game.
9.
Case has called a timeout. Don't go away. This ball game is not even close to being over.
Oh, no.
We will send you away for 30 seconds, though.
This is a 30-second timeout.
Have you heard the news? That Intercontinental Cleveland has earned its 10th consecutive 4-Diamond Award from AAA in recognition of its high-quality accommodations and exceptional service standards. Planning an important event like a corporate meeting, annual conference, fundraising gala, holiday party, or highly personalized wedding? Choose excellence in the Intercontinental Cleveland. Our planning professionals will take time to consider every detail and lead you through an experience which is proudly world-class. Call us today at 216-707-4100 for more details or to request a tour of our spectacular accommodations.
Newton will inbound it, and we got a holding foul in the backcourt. Fouls on Charlie Tripp. It's a 1-and-1 situation for Mitch Prendergast. It's Tony Wing, and he wanted to push on Prendergast.
I wonder if we're going to be able to see a replay on that. It was a quick play. I'm not sure what I even saw, Ron.
For the Spartans, shooting 1-and-1.
And we see Fowler going to the line.
Man, he's too good a ref to miss that call.
Ooh, you see that?
So there's the backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
I'm sure
That's exactly
everybody
what I
heard
was
it.
thinking too. Oh.
Only a guy who's coached for 32
Yeah,
years
would be-
can come up with that.
It's a nice move. You know, he's playing.
Remember
he's
that
playing
one,
chess,
Jack,
not checkers, right?
And Fowler makes them both.
And Ron, they move it up to an 11-point lead. With so many fans in the crowd, so many families as well. Great play by Hines, but it's going to stay. It's going to stay.
Brian Hines plays with an attitude, and I love watching it. I mean, he's got 130 rebounds, 30 blocks, 18 steals, 6 boards a game, 8 points a game.
He's got to have 3 or 4 blocks just today.
Ooh, Bob Fowler is holding his right shoulder like he is in severe pain. Bob Fowler is in a lot of pain. He might have popped his shoulder. I don't know what happened. We'll see if we can see anything in a replay. Bob's going straight to the trainer's table. Well, they're going to go back to game action. So Fowler and Frilling are both out of this basketball game right now.
If they're going to take the foul there.
Soon as Griffin got that ball in his hands, R.J. Holmes fouled him, and that's exactly what they want to do. They want to foul Cornicker. This is just playing the percentages.
Yes, yes.
Cornicker gets the front end this time. Griffin's got 7 points. He, this afternoon, became the all-time leader in assists in a single season in the history of Case men's basketball.
Yeah, Ron, it's pretty tough as a ref, I feel like, to make both teams equally as upset.
Equally as upset, yeah. That's a good point. It's a real good point.
It's you know, I haven't seen, you know, I've seen it a few times. I've played a lot of basketball. This is one of the few times I could say it's happened where both teams, I would say, are equally as upset. And to be honest, Ron, I think the only reason why we don't hear it as much out of Todd is just because, you know, they have a lead right now. I think if it was more close, I think it would be, we'd hear a Londo win from both directions.
It's a good sign, Jack. Bob Fowler's back in the basketball game. I would never have bet that. The way he walked off the floor holding that shoulder. It looked to me like he might have dislocated it. It's way down almost at his elbow as far as he's drooping over, walking off, grimacing in pain, but he's back out there. His mom and dad, his entire family here for senior day. They love you, Jack Vaselaney.
They're a great family. Bob comes from a great family. Great kid as well, and as we've seen throughout the year, great basketball player too.
Foul's going to go against Charlie Tripp. It's going to send Mitch back to the foul line. Minute 11, 1-1-1 left in this basketball game. Believe it or not, this is the first time Prendergast has been to the foul line.
I believe so, yeah.
He's got 18 points.
It almost never happens. And look at that right there. You have Cole with 23, Mitch. I believe that was his 18th point. Ryan with 16, and that was his 19th right there, excuse me. And Fowler with 12. Big contributors coming up big, as they needed in today's game.
Thorburn in, Holmes to the basket, long rebound. Carnegie Mellon will shoot the three and make it. Sean Oberman.
Cuts it to 9, but we're on the run out of time.
60 seconds left. Newton's going to inbound it.
Was that?
So Prendergast is going to come in. He'll inbound it. Actually, no, it was a change of possession. Carnegie Mellon's got the basketball. So defensive sub in for the Spartans. Hines with the block, but they'll get Bryan for the foul.
And this can cut it to 7, but again, they're going to need a lot of help. Ooh. They got him with the elbow, but the rest of it was clean.
Nick Nakassian, 77% from the foul line. He's got 19 points. Now he's got 20, 3 of 3 from the foul line this afternoon.
Now, throughout this game, Ron, Bryan's become, this sort of menace in the paint, where you could see in that last take, Nakassian, who finished a dunk earlier in the game through traffic, goes in the lane and, pump fakes, once or twice is scared of Hines, and that's what happens when you have such a great shot blocker in the paint like him.
Prendergast is going to keep that ball for as long as he can because he's a 93% free throw shooter. Mitch dribbling it out. He called the timeout as he ran himself into a corner. He boxed himself in with the half-court line, the sideline, and 2 defenders. There was nowhere to go. We'll be back, 41 seconds left.
Intercontinental Suites has been transformed into much more than a hotel. It is a center of wellness and tranquility, featuring renovated suites, an expanded fitness center, and pure rooms for guests requiring the most allergen-resistant rooms on the market. C2, our Mediterranean-style restaurant and bar, accentuates the ambiance of relaxation and rejuvenation. Chef Omar Jones has designed a menu full of fresh, locally grown herbs and vegetables, along with a flavorful cuisine inspired by the beneficial Mediterranean diet. Call the Intercontinental today at 216-707-4300 or visit us at hotelsclevelandclinic.com or on Facebook.
So let's take a look. Best overall records in the history of the school, and the 3 guys are sitting right across from you and me, Jack. Those 3 players from the 1984-85 team, Dave Owens, Todd Johnson, and Risto Privic. They went 17-9 in 1984 and 85 for Coach Bill Sudik. Spartans are 41 seconds away from surpassing that 17-win total and becoming the school's all-time winningest single-season team. That's a bad pass. Fowler saved it. Bob in the backcourt. Luke Thorburn with it.
Pick it up.
Newton, quick out. Good ball movement.
That's not the foul they want. That's not the foul they want.
They got Mitch Prendergast with the basketball. So they're going to bring in some defensive guys now. Case Western, Brian Hines, and Griffin Cornick are going to come in the game. They had the all-hands, all-shooting team in there for that possession.
Yes. They want to give themselves the best chance possible, and you can see on that last play, Carnegie did not want to foul Mitch, but they looked around, and Mitch wasn't going to pass it.
Prendergast with 20 points.
And Ron, Emory just, I'm watching it right now, I see the score. Emory just beat Rochester. If Case is able to win this game, they move up to the 2nd spot in the UAA standings.
And that would help them even more on their resume for an NCAA bid.
Absolutely.
20 seconds. Thorburn with defense. Blocked the shot! He walks right over to his classmates. Inbounds.
Good hands. Oh.
Ball on the floor. They're going to get Thorburn for a... Nope, they're going to get Ryan Newton.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, under 20 seconds run. Barring a, what Case needs to focus on more, I would say, than even stopping Carnegie right now is they need to be able to enter the ball on this press and get it past half court. That is the number one thing they need to focus on. They are coming with all guns ablazing right now, Carnegie, and they're going to force them, as you saw in the last few possessions, to try and get it across half court. And they're bringing in, again, they're doing this one-on-one change. They're going to bring in the shooters in case the free throw happens.
So Hines and Corniker will take a seat. You've got Flory, Fowler, Prendergast, and Newton to receive the inbound from Thorburn. They get it to Flory. Daniel's a good shooter, and fouling immediately is Aiden Boer. So Daniel Flory at 91%. If you had to pick somebody other than Prendergast to shoot it, if you're the Spartans, it would be this young man, Flory.
Case has to feel pretty comfortable right now with Dan at the line. Obviously, he hasn't had too many shots today shooting, but you practice so many free throws, you assume it's going to stay constant. There it goes, right there.
Nothing but ice. That's the first shot he's thrown up today from the foul line.
Correct, right. And you can see that's where all the practice comes in. So natural, so smooth, right in. Extends it to 8. Round if I'm Case. Just no fouls. That's all. Just no fouls.
18 seconds left in what has been an intense basketball game since the opening tip.
It really
Just as you would hope it would be if you're playing in it or here watching it.
Right. And to be honest, Case has had a tough time stopping Carnegie. There we go. Oh, don't. But Case has just been so hot from the field. There it is. That should be it.
Hines grabs the rebound. They hand it to the senior. On senior day, Bob Fowler's going to dribble this one out. And for the first time in forever, for the first time in over 50 years, the entirety of the Case Western Reserve men's basketball program, the Spartans have 18 wins in the regular season. 92-83 the final from Horsburgh Gymnasium. There are 3 members of the 1984-85 team that won 17 games for Coach Bill Sudik and set the all-time record. And that was in 1985. That is 37 years ago. Today, on Saturday, as the Spartan men stand at half court and get a team picture, that picture could be put in the Hall of Fame one day, Jack. Look at him.
It sure as well might be. One of the best teams that's ran through Case's history, if not the best team. And, Case has now got to hold their breath, cross their fingers right now that hopefully they can be put into the tournament.
Well, the resume will say this: 18 wins and 6 losses. They have been consistently ranked in the top 25 in the country this year in Division III. They have reached the high point of ranked 23rd. They are 8-5 in University Athletic Association play, one of the most rugged conferences in the country. And they finished second because, as Jack pointed out, Emory knocked off Rochester today. So 18 wins, 8 conference wins, a second place finish in a conference that oftentimes, as Jack, you have said many times this year, sometimes gets 3 teams in the NCAA tournament. So the Spartans have done that all that they can do to get to the point where, and they'll tune in on Monday, they'll sit together as a team, and they'll wait and see what the NCAA selection committee says. Jack, your final thoughts. This is your swan song this year. Well, maybe not. Maybe you and I get in a car somewhere on Monday. Oh no, it would be next weekend. I get you out of class, we write a note that you can get relief from your classes and we drive somewhere and call the basketball game. Let's hope we have that opportunity. But final thoughts on today?
I'm looking over right now at the seniors over there. They're with all their, got all the friends and family that came out to watch. This is exactly what they were looking for when they started the season. They had so much talent. They worked so hard. People on this team, Ron, they've been through a lot this year. I'm sorry. It's just great. It's crazy to watch. These are some of my best friends, and
it's emotional for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
To see if we can, as these guys are walking back across the floor, maybe Jack, you could bring Fowler and Newton over here, the two traditional seniors.
See if we can get Bob.
Get them on the headset.
Bobby.
Jack got a hold of Bob Fowler. Going to bring him over. Ryan Newton's getting a big group picture, big family picture. Bob, put the headsets on.
Love you, Bob. Love you.
Bob's getting a hug from Jack Vaselaney. Jack, maybe you could go grab Ryan before he leaves. We'll get both of these guys on.
Oh, I'd love that.
Bob, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
That was a heck of a basketball game.
Oh my gosh, that was a great game. It was definitely coming in. We had a lot of expectation just to play hard for our seniors too. I mean, me and Ryan have been through it, and bringing in 3 grad transfers that potentially could be their last game too. We knew we couldn't let up. It was a good Mellon team. They came out really hot in the first half, and once we regrouped in the second half, we knew that it was up to us. And so I think that second half was definitely on us, and we took onus and then took control.
Boy, you really did. I mean, there were lots of opportunities for you guys to just fade away because Carnegie Mellon was playing tough.
Oh my gosh.
And you took it upon yourselves as a team, as a unit, and you just smoked it in the second half. So you got to wait, right?
Yeah, it's a waiting game now. It'll be a long 48 hours, but I like our chances. And even if we do get it a bid, I like our chances going into it, and if we don't, it's been the best season I could have ever asked for.
It's been a record-setting year.
It's been fun.
Bob, why don't you take those headsets off, give them to your senior teammate, Ryan Newton.
He deserves it even more.
Bob Fowler's going to head into the locker room. Ryan Newton's going to put on the headsets. Bob and Ryan, the two traditional seniors, both young men, all 4 seasons, wearing the white, the blue, and the gray of the Spartans. Ryan, how does this feel to you right now in this moment?
I mean, it's crazy. This is what we come to practice every day for this year. We've been going at it about 6 months now, and we like to be able to have this opportunity to get into the tournament. It's great.
18 wins, school record. 8 wins in University Athletic Association play, school record. If you get the bid on Monday during the selection show, first time in the history of the men's program here at Case Western Reserve, it's been a hell of a basketball season, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we could tell at the beginning of the year we had a lot of talent. We had a really special group of guys. I mean, it's just great that we could do that, and we kept things rolling. We had a little bit of a rough patch, but we kept our heads up, and we've been able to battle, and we have a chance to do that, which would be cool for the first time in school history.
Ryan, you had a lot of family here today. Bob had a lot of family here today. It was an emotional day, too, wasn't it?
It was very emotional. I mean, we've been through so much as a team. It's just great to be able to come out here and play well and get a win with all our teammates.
You can let yourself get a little excited. You know that.
No, I know.
There's the smile, the $1 million smile. Take the headsets off, get with your team. Thanks a lot, Ryan.
Thanks so much.
Hopefully we're seeing each other one more time. Ryan Newton, Bob Fowler, the 2 4-year seniors, as a part of Todd McGinnis's basketball program that, at this point, is the winningest team in a single season in school history with 18 wins.